You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's I Wanna Marry Harry After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's I Wanna Marry Harry After Show.
I want to serve you.
I love this song.
What's up, everybody? It is the I Want to Marry Harry After Show. This is the season finale. Like, we're so excited, bubbling with excitement in the studio. I'm happy to be back. I was out last week, but I'm back, guys. But, you know, my homies held it down. So if you don't know who I am, of course, Lem Gonsalves, all day, every day. And my lovely co-host, Traci Propst. Let them show you what you know.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Look at all tan and bronze. And, of course, with the dopest sweater in the world. I love the sweater. Y'all get it for Molina.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. So, man, okay. First question. I know we were talking before the show, Aaron, but I'm going to ask you again on air. Did it turn out like you thought it was going to turn out?
Yeah, to some degree, yes.
To some degree, yes.
Last week, I thought I totally said it was Karina, but then as we got through the episode, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Traci?
It was not what I thought, but they did give a little spoiler, so I figured it out beforehand.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can tell you later. But
okay. Oh, well, we're going to talk about it because that's what we're going to do tonight. All right. So, let's start off. You know, of course, we have the three women. It's all the K's are left. So we have Kimberly, Karina, and Kelly. Kelly, I knew she was going to make it in the top three. I didn't necessarily want her to win or thought she should win, but I knew she was going to be in top three because she was just like going all out. You know, she was being Kelly. And she did not disappoint, you know, until her exit, she was Kelly.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting, like, you know, the whole time I feel like with her, and we've talked about it before, but she was like, instead of worrying about wooing who she thought was Prince Harry, which was Matt Hicks, she was always trying to put everybody else on blast and make herself rise above. And I think it turned in her demise, you know, at the end because he was just tired of it, you know? I mean, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Yeah, I totally agree. He straight out was like, you know, she tried to sway my judgment, and that's not cool, you know? It became like too much of a competition at that point, when at that point you're just trying to like make the connection and fall in love.
Right.
Yeah, he was trying to like force it. I mean, she was trying to force it.
She was trying to force it, right.
And you could tell when he was even having the thing, when she was like, well, I think you should know something, and it got like super awkward. He was like, I just don't want to know.
Right.
Like, should it be something you tell me?
Right, exactly.
He checked her really good because she's done that before. On previous times.
And she still wanted to say it. She's like,
well, you should be asking more questions.
Right.
And she's like, shut up.
Like,
shut your mouth.
Just eat your food. Like, stop it.
Just enjoy the date. Enjoy where you are instead of being so negative.
Right. Well, let's get into it. I mean, we're already there. So the three girls are left. So he basically gets one-on-one dates with each of the girls to kind of, I guess, make his final decision before he cuts the first girl. So, like we said, it's Kimberly, Karina, and Kelly. And Kelly is the first person on the date.
Yeah.
And it was funny, too, because she's in the limo, the girls exit, and she's in the limo, and she's like fuming. Like, she's getting ready to go on her date, and she looks upset or perplexed.
You know what? You're right. She totally did. She was just sitting there, and she just like...
Yeah, like, you should be happy. I mean, if you really care for this guy, you really like this guy, you should be happy that you're the first one to make the first impression on the date. Instead, she's probably like, oh my gosh, how can I get rid of these girls? These are my competition. They don't deserve him. I need to marry Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just... If I was him, I would have cut her a long time ago. But that's just me.
Yeah,
that's
we
just
all
me.
would have.
I mean, but, you know, she's sitting there doing that. So I wrote here thirsty. So because it was just like, even when at the point when she was like, oh, I wonder what Kate Middleton is doing. Like, stop it right now.
Yeah,
like,
that was super weird. That's what I'm telling you. She's just extra too much.
Super extra. And I really think, like, he got that. I mean, obviously, he spends only a limited amount of time with each girl. girl, but because of every impression she gave, you know, when she was talking to him, he could tell right out the bat what she was about.
Right.
And it was just, you know, and I honestly, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think he was really attracted to her.
No.
I mean, I think there was no chemistry there.
When they kissed, she like never wanted it to end. Like you could see in her eyes, she's like, I just want more.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like girl, calm down, Virgin Mary. Like she's never kissed anyone before.
I'm telling you, man, the thirst is real.
I almost felt like sorry for him. I felt like he was probably so uncomfortable when they were filming. Probably, he's like, oh my goodness, this girl is gonna like stalk me afterwards or something.
Well, I was really scared when, I mean, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but you know, when it came time to, you know, him to talk to her, I was like on pins and needles, like, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna flip out? Is she gonna hit him? Is she gonna cry really bad? Is she just gonna scream? Like, you know, she just was so unpredictable because she was so enamored with this guy and like thinking he was Prince Harry, and she has to do anything in her power. Like she would have probably like ate raw meat, like, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like anything would have asked of her, because you saw the challenge, like anything was asked, she was gonna do it.
Right.
If they told her to clean that castle, okay, I'll do it.
I'll clean it.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys see Karina picked up and was like, I'm kind of a little scared to be with someone who will do anything.
Right.
Like you could tell the girls were starting to get, you know, like they're gonna get killed.
Right. No, exactly. The fear was in her eyes. She was just real. Like, she was like, I'm very scared, because she said she would do anything is a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
And I feel like we know that the producers didn't put it on loop, because there was like several different outfits that they said, I'm terrified for myself.
Right,
like, they were like, I'm scared. She's wearing a gold necklace. The other one shooting, you know, like all the stuff. Every time they were scared.
No, it was legitimate fear with the other girls.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, of course, on their date, Kelly is doing Kelly. Like we were saying, she makes the mention of, because earlier Karina had mentioned that she had, you know, an ex-boyfriend's picture in her wallet. And so, like, it was like the first thing she wanted to tell him. She's like, so I gotta tell you. And he's
Have
like,
you seen her wallet?
Yeah. Like,
no.
Yeah, Matt's like, yeah, because I seen her for like about 5 minutes this entire season.
Right.
So, hey, let me give me your wallet. Let me
look through that. I just gotta check.
Yeah.
Social security guards are there.
Yeah, see if you're really Karina.
Right. Like, it doesn't, I guess, that's crazy talk. It's like, you know, what is that movie, Fatal Attraction?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of where she was going. Like, if it went any further, like, that's the kind of background I would hear. And he shuts her down, of course, which I'm glad he did, because I think he was just, at that point, he was just tired of it. He's just like, you know, she's just about trying to beat out the other girls just for the fact of winning, not because she really likes me, or not because, you know what I'm saying?
You could see it in his face, like just his facial expression, and then it was weird because she was just like, I just want you to like me as much as, like, it almost felt like as much as I like you.
Yeah.
And he just didn't say anything. Right. If he really liked her that much, I would think like she would get the hint. Like if a guy if he really liked her, he would have been like, I really like you.
It's gonna be in his actions.
Yeah, relax.
Exactly.
You know?
Chill
it's
out.
It's gonna be okay.
Right.
But he didn't like her because he didn't answer that question at all.
No.
He was just like, you're right, I don't like you.
I think he was scared.
He was scared too.
He was. He was. You can see it.
He's like,
no, it was crazy.
He had like his kitchen knife, like while he was eating. He was like with the fork, just clutching it. Why don't you let go of the car?
Right. No. Protection. Security. Can we get the fake security bond between us? Right. Security, please. Yeah, crazy. So Karina was the second person to go on the date, and she actually opens up about her previous relationship, because he asked her, and she said it was recently 8 months ago, so which is fairly recent.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it was serious, because she mentioned like they had talked about having kids and like, you know, kind of their future together. And I personally, you know, she had talked about a previous relationship, but to me, do you think? I mean, I guess my question is, do you think she would have opened up into that if he didn't ask her? Like, do you think that was some information she would have volunteered? Because for the whole, I feel like the whole season, she's been like giving just enough. You know what I'm saying? To whatever, you know, she didn't like go above and beyond, or really like, you know, I don't want to say sell herself, but really open up. That's the word I'm trying to get at. Do you think that she would have mentioned that if he wouldn't have asked, or what do you think?
I don't think so, only because, like, being a girl, as I always say, that's like you don't want to ever bring that up, and when a guy brings that up out of nowhere without being probed, like, you're like, red flag. Right. They're not over it. Right. You know, so you wouldn't necessarily volunteer information about your ex when you're not even being asked, because that just literally shows you're not over it.
Right.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, just without a volunteer, or if there's a purpose for it, you know, like if he's asking, like, why are you acting that? Well, because of this, you know. Yeah.
But out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Just to say it.
So I think he kind of like naturally, that I feel like that's always a conversation couples always have in general, you know, like they just started talking about the past.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of just awkward. You're right. If she would have brought it up, it would have been like, okay, this is a little weird.
Right. No, it would have been something Kelly would have done.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I've had 5 exes and they're all dead. No, just like mysteriously. But I'm here for you. Yay.
Oh my gosh, I know.
You don't have to worry about nobody else. Like
She's like, they're at the bottom of the lake.
24/7. Like,
Let me know if they get in the way.
Yeah, the Alabama Lake.
oh my God, it's crazy. But their date seemed nice. They did the London Eye, which actually had the privilege of going there some years ago.
Oh,
it's
wow.
amazing. Yeah, it's really
gorgeous.
amazing, really dope. And they kissed a lot. So I mean, I think that of the 3 girls that were left, I think he was the most physically attracted
Absolutely.
to Karina. I mean, she's beautiful. Again,
Naturally. I mean,
come on.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
He's definitely most physically
She's
attracted to her.
gorgeous.
Yeah, she is. Her eyes are just amazing.
I mean, especially at the end, I'm kind of jumping a little bit further, but
Right.
she looked beautiful. Her
Yeah.
dress was gorgeous.
Right.
Her little top. Oh,
Yeah. No, she's
She's hands
back.
down. the
No,
prettiest
she
girl
was the
left.
prettiest girl of the ones that was left, and
Yeah.
I mean he was just taking full advantage of that, which he should have. Kim was third, and oh, Kimberly, she is still playing the whole, and I say playing just because I feel like she downplays everything. Like she said, I have quotes here. Not many guys take me on dates like this. She's going back to the whole, I've never done anything in my life. Like, I'm so glad you're a man and taking me out and you wear pants on the date. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just so amazing. And it's the little stuff. Oh, you gave me a fork. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of dates were you on? And I think, just looking ahead, of what, the episode, how it turned out, I think he really saw that as, because at some point in time, he knows he has to reveal himself as who he really is, which is Matt Hicks, not Prince Harry. And I think overall, he was looking for someone that, once he said that, would still want to be with him. And I think that in her, because of how she acted with him and because of the things they would talk about and how she, of course, that was all amazing to her, but I think anything would have been amazing to her, like because of what she's been through.
Right.
I mean, do you agree? Do you not agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think that, I don't want to say she was the safe pick because I do think that they did have attraction, but he straight out was like, Karina will break my heart. Like, and Kelly's crazy.
Right.
Kelly's crazy. So she's my safe pick. Like, of the 3 that are left, I like her. We get along. I'm interested to know more about her. And I don't really have anything to lose because I really don't think Karina will stay with me if she knows I'm not.
Right.
And who knows what Kelly will do? Like, I'm not even gonna play the 8-ball on that one. So let me just do the safe thing,
Right.
and go with Kim. Like,
Yeah.
And I personally think she was a great choice. I'm just kind of, we're jumping into
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
fine.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I liked her personality.
Right.
The more as we got through it, we didn't see her a little bit in the middle section, but then when we got back to her, I was like, you know what? She's just being herself. She's just calm. That's it.
Well, she even said, we'll get to that because I don't want to jump too far ahead. But speaking of Kelly, let's get back to Kelly. So they go back to the house and now it's time, someone gets called. They don't know if it's going to be all 3 of them. They're kind of knowing how they know it's 3 left. Someone has to go at some point in time. So Kelly is the one that gets called. So, of course, she's brought out and he's talking to her and he's, rubbing her finger or whatever's going on
And
over
he's
there.
barely rubbing her finger. It's like with the tip of his index finger, and the rest of the fingers are like inside his palm, and he's just going like this, like, okay. Like, I feel like he was gonna start petting her, just like, hey.
No, but that's so true. Like, it was like he was trying to be affectionate, but the least way possible.
Yeah.
Like, how the least way? I'll touch her with my finger. That's the best I can
Yeah.
do.
I felt like at some point he was gonna have a glove on.
Spray some Lysol.
Yeah.
Like, hold on one second,
He
guys.
picks up,
Okay.
Yeah, he picks up a stick and he's just
Right.
petting her with a stick. Like, I'm sorry.
Right. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, what can I do? No, I mean, really, like he was obviously he was done. He was done, and I didn't. At first, I'm like, okay, is he picking her? Like, what is going on? Because I was like so early, so I'm like, well, wait a second. As he's talking to her, I'm like, oh, he's getting rid of her.
Yeah.
He's getting rid of her, and rightfully so. And I was just, once that happened, I was like, okay, what is she gonna do? what is she gonna do? Like, I mean, I was just on pins and needles, and I think overall, based on how she's acted so far, I think she handled it okay.
She did.
I was very surprised. I was expecting fireworks, like for real, but I think she had. I mean, she obviously was disappointed,
yelling at the camera.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when they went to her,
her little confessional at the end,
Yeah.
like they're not even here for him, and now he's gonna end up with one of them, and it's not gonna be me. And I was like, okay.
She was. I mean, again, she was so caught up in winning. Like, again, it was a game to her.
Yeah.
Like, she wanted to win the game. That's how she saw it. I'm not saying she didn't like Matt. I mean, but I think it was just, it could have been anybody. Like, just, take him out of the equation and put anything else, a stuffed animal. She wanted to win. Like, if whatever the prize was, she wanted to win.
Yeah. I mean, that also says a good reason why a good thing why he didn't pick her, because it probably didn't even matter what guy was doing all these sweet things to her.
Exactly.
It could have been any guy.
Right.
She was just enamored with the situation and too crazy about it. And she didn't even let him talk when he was trying to. He was like, "Listen, stop!" Like, I feel like at some point he was gonna be like, "Shut up!" But,
yeah, she was trying to dump her.
He was like talking
and
over
she was
her.
like, "Yeah, I know. Oh, yes."
But she was still trying. She's like, "You're so great. You're so sweet." He's like, "No, I'm not. Please just stop talking."
I'm an evil person. Yeah. No, you're not. You're amazing.
Yeah, I'm an evil person because I'm gonna dump you right now, and you're not letting me do it.
And I'm not Prince Harry. No, it was he was trying. So I think he played it well. I don't think he was rude or anything like that. I think and he really wasn't rude to anybody. But I think he really was like, get up out of here. Like, I mean, that's what he's thinking. Like, okay, it's time for you to go. You're not the one. And I think at the end, when you were talking, Tracy, about her confessional, she really showed her true colors, because she was like, I mean, she could have went out gracefully and be like, okay, well, I wasn't the one, just like some of the other girls did.
Like Jacqueline.
But she just was like, rah, 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 and just blaming everybody and saying all these bad things about the other girls. They don't deserve him. Like, why do you deserve him?
Right.
Because you do backflips and hit your head on boats? Like, is that why? Like,
you have barbecue fingers,
right? Like, come on now,
poisonous barbecue.
It's hilarious. But I was singing Boys and Men. It's so hard to say goodbye, but it really wasn't that hard. But so we're to the two girls. But before we do that, someone else who's amazing is Maria Menounos, who we love and adore, who is the head of the AfterBuzz family. This is her book. We always like to plug our book because it's an amazing book. It is the Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, and it's summertime, right? And you got to get your body right, and you got to be eating good. And I don't know about you, but 4th of July just passed, and I probably need to read this book twice.
Yeah.
Because as much as I ate, so but it is a New York Times bestseller. You can get it on Amazon.com. Make sure you check it out. I know, Tracy, you have the book, and I know it's
love it.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So make sure you get that. Good tips, and check it out. What's what you do? I think Kelly should read that. She'll probably write her own book, guide to how to
lose a guy in a season.
Slash revenge
Kelly, right?
On all the girls.
Hilarious. All right, so
I almost thought she was gonna make an appearance, or she was gonna like badmouth the girls when she was leaving. I seriously, when she was walking up to the room and everything, I was like, she's gonna go and
go actually
yeah, I thought she was gonna go and tell them off, and then she didn't, and I was like, okay, thank goodness. Although I kind of wish I would have seen that.
They probably were holding her back. They probably had security.
Yeah. Especially for her.
Yeah, she
got the crazy coming.
Right, exactly. All right, so 2 girls are left. And I think it was nice what they did. They had this Wonderland situation going on.
Cute.
That was dope.
Loved it.
That was dope.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It reminded me of Disneyland Christmas time, the snow. Cause I'm a Disneyland fan. Mickey, shout out to my boy. So I mean, it was dope. It was dope. They walk out. And so he kind of takes, each of them aside separately. And so the first one that he takes aside is Kimberly. And of course, she's still, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, and she's still doing it. And I kind of want to, okay, I get it. But at the same time, I wanted her, this is my thing with Kimberly. I just wanted her, I felt like, she was so enamored on what was going on that I really wanted her to give true emotion. And I know at the end she did say, I was holding back, but now I feel like I can. But I wanted her to be like, I really like you because XYZ or ABC. And she just was like, oh my gosh, this has never happened to me before in my entire life, And so I was I don't know. I really wanted her to do more than that because I felt like she kept repeating herself and kept saying the same things over and over. With the exception of Karina, she, definitely was going for it. She was going for it. Of course, he knew that she was attracted to him, and she was definitely playing into that. And I felt like she felt the same way about him. However, I think with her, she was so fixated on the whole royal situation. I think she was fixated on him being Prince Harry, and she even made comments, here and there throughout certain episodes, like, "Oh my gosh, I could be a princess. Oh my gosh, I can get used to this. Oh my gosh, helicopters, yes. Oh, fine." She just kept bringing that up. I think one time she said Princess Karina or something. Has a nice ring to it. So I think that she was more situated on that. I mean, do you agree? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree, but it's kind of hard in that kind of situation not to be, because that's what everything that you've been doing is based upon, is like dealing with a prince and like maybe becoming a princess. So I don't like fault her for that. I think Kim wasn't exactly blessed with like a way of words, because you're right, she does kind of like repeat herself, and she just doesn't, not like she speaks anything badly, she's just not very well spoken. Nothing new to the table. So I do think she's very reserved in general, and then Karina is just more vocal.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. What do you think, Aaron?
I think the same thing too. And I'm kind of, I do agree that Karina maybe, like, she was all about that Prince thing, but then it's kind of like, well, I mean, what else would you expect?
With the show.
And I mean, maybe Kim was being a little bit more low key about it. Like she was just trying not to. Maybe even underlying, Kim kind of knew that he probably was it was going to be some sort of twist, because I mean, when it gets to the big reveal, she didn't even look that shocked at all. Like she kind of, I don't know, just seemed forced, like not genuine.
Well, I can't remember which girl it was, but when we were talking to one of the girls that got eliminated, they did state something about they didn't know exactly all the details of the show.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, okay, you're going to go to England and you're going to be part of this thing, and that's kind of about...
Yeah, be open to dates.
Yeah, be out to dates, and that's it. So I think it was revealed then, but I think at that point is when everybody kind of chose what role they were going to play.
Right.
And of course, Karina was like, I'll be a princess. Yeah, I can do that. I've been training,
Yeah.
Whereas Kimberly was just happy to have a dress on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just, I'm here.
And have a picnic.
Right,
Done.
exactly. So, but, so we get back into where he, again, pulls Karina aside at this point and takes her to the gazebo area. And, of course, he's talking to her. Now, before this happening, he's talking to her. Obviously, it kind of gave it away because of the way they eliminated people. But did you think that she was going to get eliminated at that point, or did you think there was going to be something else, like another twist?
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to get eliminated.
You didn't think she was going to get eliminated? Okay. What did you think, Aaron?
I didn't think so either, and then suddenly it just happened, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. See, I actually felt, because the way he did with Kelly, and then now he's taking Karina, I'm like, and then how normally previous to this, when it was the three people, it was always two people, but then he would be talking to them, and the cameras would shoot to each of them back and forth, so you wouldn't know who's getting canned until the very end. He's like, I want you to stay, or I want you to leave. So with this, they weren't panning to Kimberly. They were just talking directly to Karina. So I'm like, if they're not panning to Kimberly, then she's gonna go.
Right.
And that's kind of how I looked at it. And she was mad.
She didn't say
she
one
was
word.
mad.
Not one.
You just see her pursed lips, like
right.
She didn't
she
say
was mad.
One. I literally just was waiting to hear.
Yeah.
She just sat there.
Yeah.
I think she was genuinely hurt. I really do.
I think hurt and shocked.
Yeah, and I think with the past, the whole the 8 months ago she was dating that soccer player.
Right.
I think she's still scarred on that. And then maybe she started she was even saying she was starting to let herself go and get back into it. So I almost feel bad. Like after when that happened, I was like, oh, this. I mean, until it finally airs, like this girl's gonna be just a little jaded for a while.
Right.
Because that's what it looked like.
Right.
You can.
She said she took it personally. She's like, now I just feel stupid for even thinking that he would like me to begin with. Like, what was I thinking? Like, she took it so personal.
Right.
Like, I don't like you, Karina. And like, when you're in a game like this or a show like this, like you can't think like that. Like, it has nothing to do with you as a personal person. It's kind of, they have strategy that maybe you're not aware of.
Right.
But I mean, I would even feel a little hurt too. I mean, not to say that I would let it, weigh me down, but I would feel hurt in the sense that they really did have a lot of connection, and they were always making out. At least he was like volunteering. So I kind of almost felt like was a little like kind of jerk of him, you know, because he kind of led her on in a sense.
He kissed her right before he eliminated her. I didn't like that.
He did.
Like you're gonna eliminate her, and you're
Right.
still gonna. Oh, I'm just gonna get one more
Right.
kiss in.
Right.
Bye, girl. I was like rude.
I mean, okay, let's keep it in perspective, though. First of all...
Yo, let's defend that.
Hold on, I'm not...
But I got a little fed up with Matt Hicks this thing. I was like, okay, I'm done with you and your little, like, I really like you.
Right.
And he like always is, like tilting his head in and licking his lip.
I just want to tell you that...
was it pale skin?
I have pale skin. I just want you to leave the estate. Like, I'm so sorry, but I love you. I want to kiss you again, real quick before you leave.
Let me kiss you goodbye.
Right. No, did you see though? It was kind of. She was like She like gets like after she doesn't say anything for like it feels like an eternity. She gets up to walk away, and he's like, just a hug, just give me a hug, and she's like not wanting to. And I feel like it cut, and I feel like the producer's like, hug him. You better hug him. Like
make this a tender moment.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think she was ready to be out.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, let's keep it in real emotion. Like, if she really liked him, which I think she did, and I think she saw, in her opinion, that she had won.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was it because of the three. She had the best connection.
Right.
She had the most connection. Like you said, they were kissing all the time. She was the prettiest, as we all agree. So I think she had it, and then to all of a sudden, you know, because I don't think she thought Kimberly was competition at that point. If anything was competition, it was, you know,
Crazy
Kelly, but she was already gone. So I think like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
You know, he's calling me, you know, and so to get that let down, and then you just like, I don't fault her for not wanting to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would be hurt too. I mean, if I was in that situation. So, and I really like this person. So, I mean, you know, you have to look at it for what it is. But I think it is funny that he was really trying to get his last little, like, oh, just embrace me, girl. Just, it's going to be okay. Like,
it's probably because he knew he was like, I will never get to kiss a girl as beautiful as this ever again in my life.
In my life,
so
son.
I'm just going to just milk it for all it is. And then after that played out, I was like, oh, it's just whatever.
Did you guys see then it cut to her and like, I'm sorry, but Karina, like her makeup was all off and she looked a mess.
Yes.
And it was like right after, and she was talking, she was wiping her eyes, but like her makeup was all off. She looked a mess. I'm like, did she just wash her face in the bathroom? Because she looked beautifully done up, and then it goes to her confessional.
Whacked out.
No.
That's a great point, and I really think that she really just, I don't want to say lost it, but I think she just started crying. I think she just went in, and after, you know, they kind of cut away a little bit, I think she just let go.
Yeah.
Because I think she really wanted to cry at that moment, but, you know, I think there was kind of shock there, like, you let this go? Like, you letting me go? Like, really? And then all of a sudden it sets in, like, I'm gone. I'm not the one. And then she just tries to walk away, and then him hugging her isn't going to help anything.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying?
worse.
It just makes it worse. Yeah. So I think she probably just had a cry fest, and then they're like, okay, get yourself together because we got to talk to you.
Yeah, she probably did it in the bathroom without the camera. She probably didn't want anybody, because you didn't really see her like crying.
No, you just saw her wiping her.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's probably why she also didn't say anything, because she was like, if I say something, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, that's so true. That's very, very true.
Because that's when that girl dumped me. That's what I did.
That's what I do.
I'm gonna walk away and cry in my car.
Yeah, just give you a moment.
Exactly.
Exactly. Strong person and walk away.
Oh my gosh, the breakups. So, you know, moment of silence for Karina. I did want her to win, but as I said before, I really think of the two, he did not pick her because, again, she was fixated, and he knew he had to give this reveal. And I honestly think that if he would have revealed to her that he was Matt Hicks, some, you know, regular old Joe, she would have been upset.
Yeah.
She would have been upset.
I can agree with that.
I 100% agree with that. As much as I like her, I think because, again, she kept talking about being the princess. Now she's not going to be a princess. And then she's stuck with pale redhead guy.
And we had already decided that she wasn't really into him until they said he was Prince Harry. We said that way back in the beginning. We're like, we don't even think Karina really liked him until they said it. And then
it's like, I can be a princess.
So
she turned it up.
That's what I think. I mean, I think there were some true feelings. I'm not going to discredit her feelings, but like I said, anyone in that situation and everyone's focus is on one person, you're going to develop a little bit of feelings for that person. Because that's your fixation.
Right.
So I'm not going to say she didn't have any true feelings for him, but as soon as like that would not have, maybe on television for camera, she would have been like, it's okay. Camera's off. Dude, are you kidding me?
Get up out of here.
Right.
Like, check. Can I get a plane flight? Something like, get up out of here.
Can I get that money?
Right.
Yeah, with that that money, I'm gonna fly myself away from
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like him. Yeah, let's do it. Give me that money. I'm out of here. No, I mean, and I honestly think that's why Matt didn't pick her, because of that. And I think he knew that deep down, even though he was the most attracted to her. But he's trying to find, according to him, true love. And I don't think that she would have thought that she would have stayed with him. Mm-hmm. So, bottom line. So then we get to Kimberly, who is the winner, and he picks her, and of course she's, oh my gosh, this is the most important thing in my life. And the fireworks are going, and they're kissing, and all that kind of stuff. And then, but I don't know. It was interesting when, like you said before, when he revealed himself, there wasn't really a shock. I don't know if you picked up on that, but I was like waiting for, like, it was almost like funny to her. Like, she was like, you're not? Oh my gosh, I kind of knew all along. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I felt like she was thinking in her head, like, I kind of knew. Oh, that's so funny. Let's hug and kiss again. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas someone else would have been like, what the? You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think she thought, I think she kind of knew. And so that's why I feel like the editing kind of forced it to make it seem like as if she was distressed, because suddenly she was covering her mouth. And at the time, suddenly she was just staring. And I think she was just kind of like, all right.
What happens now?
Yeah, she said like the same thing. Like, he was like, I pick you. And she's like, are you kidding me? And then he was like, I'm not Prince Harry. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, was that a replay? Because like there was no
was that the same emotion?
Mouth covered, like everything. But honestly, like watching them like there at that moment, like I was smiling. Like them like talking and her being like, I don't care, I like you. Like she genuinely looked happy. Like I can't say that she didn't and that it was like fake. Like she genuinely was just happy in that moment.
Right.
I agree too. She did. She looked very, very happy. Although I didn't like the way Matt Hicks delivered the way how he was. Like, I am me.
Right.
Do you still like me? Like, it was just like, well, not if you said it that way.
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm not Prince Harry, so choose. Like, I don't know. I mean, this guy, come on. He's not suave. He's not like, he did the training or whatever to pretend to be Prince Harry, but his real person, he had to show his real self. So I think he was just like, how do I do this? I mean, it's very awkward. Like, the whole situation. Like, how are they going to take it? Like, you're thinking about all this all at the same time.
You're right.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't fault him too bad. And I think that if you want to say whoever deserved to get it, I think it was Kimberly because of kind of how it played out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How she was cool with it, how she never really, she kind of let things play out as it was. She was kind of like her and the first girl that got eliminated were kind of the same. Like as far as like how they, I don't say play the game, but how they were, with the other girls. And they were just like, I'm just going to be me and that's what I'm going to do. And she was very appreciative. And I think he definitely took note of that, as far as everything that was going on. So, so then there's the twist. Right? So, of course, we knew as the audience that if the girl said yes, whoever he chose, then they get to split $250,000. So I was like waiting for that reaction. So Jeeves, I like to call him Jeeves. The butler comes out and he's like, congratulations, and and they're like, yay, and we're gonna be happy. And then he's like, use a surprise, and you get to split $250,000. Now, when I talk about reaction, like that's where I was just like, wait, you guys aren't more excited?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like, because there was a point where Matt was like, oh, are you serious? Like, after, like, it was all done. Like, after he left, Jesus was gone. He took his butler suit off. He was chilling. And then he's like, wait a second, is this real? Like, because the whole time he was the one punking everybody. And it's like, now he was the one that had to feel like, oh, it's on my face. So, but I think it was really weird the way they both, like, it was almost like, they expected it, kind of. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but I would have been a lot more happy. Like if I found out, like, first of all, you find out, oh, okay, you're cool with I'm being a regular guy. Okay, cool, check. Oh, you still want to be with me? Check. What, we get $250,000 to split, even if we don't stay together? What? Yeah, I'd be dancing a happy dance.
Right.
But they were just like, oh, that's so amazing. We get the money too. Like, I don't know. That's just, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
I almost felt like Kim made a face when he said you were going to split the money. Like, and I think it was almost one of the things like, this is weird. Like, we're splitting it because you guys are insinuating that we're clearly not going to be together.
Right.
That's what you took from it?
Yeah, like when it told them and they were like, and you get to split it. And then they were just like, oh, yes, we probably don't. They probably internally, they were like, oh, we don't have to be together after this. But it was just a weird mix.
It was extremely awkward. Yeah, I thought the same kind of thing. Like, they were like, okay, so nice knowing you have pounded out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
done. Like, I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
But I thought it was weird that the producers kept that piece till the season finale. Like, I would have thought they would have been telling the audience that basically the entire time. Like, and the twist to this is, like, Matt Hicks doesn't even know. I mean, that was like a boom, season finale. Oh, we just thought of this last night.
Just got some money in the bank.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, to me, I was like, that's really awkward. I mean, it was a great twist, but it was just like really awkward for the whole thing. I'm like, all right, good for you guys.
It was kind of a last minute, like, because normally, I want to say, because it was the same producers or creators, one of the two or both, of Joe Millionaire. And I think I want to say that as the audience, because I watched that show as well, as the audience, we knew that they would get money if they decided to stay with him. So in this case, it wasn't. So it was almost like, you know, this guy's just looking for love and he's probably not going to find it. And so it's like they're almost, like you said, I felt like I would be, like, obviously we watched the show, but I think we would have been more invested.
I agree.
To see, like, okay, is he going to, you know, because he doesn't know. And then I think you care for him more, like, oh, I hope he finds true love. I hope he finds true love.
Say yes,
yeah, just say yes, so you guys can split and be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Happily ever after, as opposed to like, well, hope it works out, you know, maybe not. Oh, well, so what? He's not, you know, the same guy. He lied. But, yeah. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, but I would have been more invested if I would have known.
Agreed.
I thought it was funny, like, at the very, very end, so they have this tandem bike, and they get to ride off into the sunset. Like, is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, that was awkward.
Like,
I think I would have preferred it if they would have just, like, rode off, and then Kingsley would have just closed the gates. And then instead of panning, they quickly cut back to, like, a slow motion of them going down the street, like...
Where are we going?
Yes.
Are you going to the bank to get your checks? Like, because it's separate, because you're not going to stay together.
Into the sunset.
Yeah.
I wonder how that was filming it, because clearly they probably had to stop, and it was totally set up.
Yeah.
So they clearly were like, oh, yay. And you couldn't even see Kim was laughing at it, because she probably thought it was a little ridiculous.
All I thought of was Kelly's date in the rain when they rode, like, the same bike.
Yeah,
like,
it probably was.
It was the same bike.
Yeah, it was.
Totally.
Was it the same?
They put little ribbons on it. Like, that's the only thing they changed. It was the same bike. But, you know, guys, I did want to bring up, do you guys think that any girl being put in that situation would have said no?
Would have said no to
Matt Hicks?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Like, you mean put in the situation, like, would they have said no because he's not Prince Harry?
Right.
Oh, yes. I think I think there would have been girls. You think, well, you're saying it like you don't think.
I don't think.
I don't either.
On national television, when you know like, you know, these girls didn't know the show was going to cancel, whatever. But you're going to be like, how bad is this going to make me look? And you can do whatever you want as soon as the cameras stop rolling.
Exactly.
Whatever you want. But you're going to go up there and literally be like, you know what? No. The end of the show.
Yeah, that would be a pretty sad ending if she was just like,
I feel like no one's going to do that.
The producers probably would tell her, like, can you just say yes for the show?
Right.
And after
what would you do with that?
I mean, well, and I guess the reason why I say
that's
no,
a wrap.
the reason why I say no is because I have seen in other shows similar to this, where the person that's being chosen and then something is different, or they get chosen to be, okay, I pick you, and then they're like, nah, I'm good. Like, I've seen that happen. Maybe not to this degree, but I've seen, you know, people say, whether it's a guy or girl, normally it's a woman and a guy trying to find women's affection, say no. I want to say, did that happen like in The Bachelor or some show like that, where the person was like, nah, I'm good. It might not have been one of those shows.
Yeah.
Where I know I've seen it.
I think like when you're talking about The Bachelor, I think that the girl got proposed to and she said, I'm not ready to get married, but I want to date. Like,
right.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I couldn't see anyone. I don't think I've ever seen a show where they've just been like, nope.
I think they would say no in the sense if they were like wronged, you know, like, or if the guy was like a jerk the whole time and was not really, and then she'd be like, you know, I'm gonna stand up. No, I don't want to do this. You know, this is ridiculous. But the way this show was formed, I don't think any of the girls would have said no.
Well, I'll put it like this: if they got to the end, then I do agree. No, like none of those three, none of the top five would have said no. But like Annalisa, like I could see her saying like, I'm good. I mean, that's LA girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
But see, Annalisa probably would have been like, I know what's going on. I'm not going to get money out of this. So I'm saying yes.
There's some kind
Yes.
of something.
Let me say yes just in case.
I think if I was in that situation, I've seen like reality shows, and there's always something. If you say something yes or go in the way, so I'd be like, yep.
Because I mean, realistically, with like shows like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, all of these dating type shows, you're trying to find love. 99 times out of 100, they don't stay together.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I could see your point where, yeah, for cameras, sure, let's do it. But do they want to do it? And maybe that's where I was coming from, because you know I'm in my heart right now, and so my heart is, I'm so sensitive, and I would feel like in the side they'd be like, nah, I'm good. But yes, for the sake of TV, for the sake this is a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course they'd be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's rock. I like you. You have nice hair or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I've been looking at Kimberly's Instagram, and it doesn't look like she's too worried about him.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, honestly, I can't see. Because, I mean, then you think about it. Okay, like, are you really going to try to date? This dude lives in England. She lives wherever she's, New York or whatever. So, like, really? Like, so, I mean, you take it for what it is.
Yeah.
You take it for it's a show. It was entertainment. You know, you want the best person that you liked in the show to win. Usually that's kind of where it goes. And then that's it. You're on to the next. So, but I think overall, I think, like I said, I think Kimberly deserved, like I said, if I want to use that term, she deserved to win.
Yeah.
She deserved to be the person. I'm glad she's the one that got them, you know, there was money involved. Because she needs money, obviously, to buy things that she doesn't have.
These guys aren't doing it for
right.
her.
She needs to get her own
To
stuff.
buy an armoire,
Right.
like a bed.
Right. A countertop. Like she
New York's expensive, guys, so
Yeah.
I give it to her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. You're from New York. So I guess so. I guess so.
She was the girl that deserved it. She never tore down anybody or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so that leads to that. Do you think that they tried to make it work at all?
I'm
After
gonna
the
go
show.
with no.
You're gonna go with no?
But I do want to tell you guys how I knew it was her.
Okay.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Because the producers showed them holding hands, and they showed her hands. So then when I was watching, I was looking at all of the girls' hands on who he was talking to.
Oh.
And it was Kimberly's. As soon as I saw her hands, I'm like, she won.
She won. Interesting.
I would never. Ooh,
Yeah,
you have a good eye.
But I was just watching him talk, and they showed their hands holding, and him being like, "I'm not."
And it was her.
And then I was looking at all the hands throughout the
Hands.
episode. I'm like, Karina's nails are too short. Okay, it's
Yeah.
That's really dope.
love it.
I like that.
The secret agent.
Right.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, you know.
Hey, you got to work it out.
Okay.
Gotta work it
What
out.
about you, Aaron? Do you think they tried?
I don't think they tried.
You don't think they tried? Like.
I think they were just like, Matt Hicks probably said, okay, you know, I think that you, and then she was like, all right, bye. They probably went on like one date maybe while they were
Right.
together, and they were like, we'll talk.
She's
Right.
like, my plane leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think they talked very long.
Get that check and
They probably
I'm
went
out.
on one date on their own, talked a little bit, and we're like, all right.
We should tweet them and find out.
Yeah.
We should.
Right?
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do it.
I want to find
I
out
want to know too.
because I follow them both on Twitter. So
Yeah.
it would be interesting. Because who was the one that had the picture when you first did News and Gossip?
Megan.
That was Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
then I
my
remember-
babe.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
looking back, and then she was like going comments like, that's what I just call him, babe. And I was just
Okay.
like, well, whatever, Megan.
Right. Interesting. Well, guys, that wraps up our show.
Wow.
It's over. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do now on Wednesday nights? No more Mary Harry. There needs to be like, I want to marry like another I don't know person. So
Me, guys.
we gotta. Oh, I want to marry
the
Tracy.
next
Oh,
show.
that would be.
gonna be a
ooh,
hit.
That's gonna be a major hit.
Let's do it.
Major hit. But you know, you got to be tan. That's all I can say. No Matt Hicks kind of guy.
No pale.
You gotta,
Can I play Kingsley?
right. You got to make a decision. That's hilarious.
Love it.
All right, man. Well, as always, I'm Lem Gonsalves, and you can find me all day, every day on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and that's at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Tracy, where can they find you?
Guys, thanks for tuning in all season. It's been so much fun. You can follow me on Instagram at TRACIPRO or on Twitter at TRACIABTV.
Yeah, and you guys can find me on Instagram, AAMO9013, or at soundcloud.com/AMOmusic, AAMO music.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us again. We want to thank you for tuning in. Like I said, all season. It's been great. We will see you next time. That's how it's going to go down.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.